Hey yo guys, how's it going? Tally here. We somehow made it into the top cut of the Reddit non-meta tournament. Okay, ultimately a record, I believe it was X21 or X12 or something like that, would have got you into top cut, and I managed to go X1 in Swiss, so I only lost one match as we've seen, and if you haven't, link on screen for the whole playlist, but I've managed to get into the top 32, and this is my top 32 matchup. So guys, make sure to drop a like on the video, make sure to drop a comment, even if it's just hashtag for the algorithm, and make sure to subscribe as well for more content like this. Now guys, let's dive in. Okay guys, so let's get started with the top 32 matchup. Today I am playing against Trains. Again, a different Trains player, but overall, playing against Trains again, get a little bit of experience in this matchup now. So looking at the hands, I've got Poly, I've got Mali, I've got Shadow Mist, I've got Violent and Impermanence. Not the worst hand in the world if I'm honest. Violent has already got both of its targets in hand, which is why we run multiples, and they have opened up Terraforming, Revolving Switchyard, Super Express, Bullet Train, Impermanence, and Heavy Freight Train Derrick Crane. So overall, I have a hand that loses to Impermanence, and I don't think they have a particularly amazing hand either. So let's see how this goes. They do allow us to pop off, they don't Impermanence the Violent, they let us get the Liquid to hand, and we are going to do the thing. We're going to go into Sunrise, and Sunrise is going to grab us Miracle Fusion. From there, we're going to go ahead and grab an Honest Neos, because the way that Top Cut works is I actually knew my opponent was playing Trains, and they knew I was playing Heroes because the deck lists, or the decks themselves, are now public but not the deck lists. So I thought they are most likely going to try and go into a big beater like Liba, and I am going to have Honest Neos in hand to protect me. From here, we then go ahead and go Mali, and we go Cross Crusader to get us gold for a follow-up on our next turn. We have two cards, one's a Miracle Fusion for a bluff, the other is Infinite Impermanence, and we're just going to go ahead and see how it plays out. They're going to go grab a Revolving Switchyard, they are going to set one and pass. Alright, so yeah, I don't think they particularly had an amazing hand, which is very unfortunate for them. Alright, yeah, so it looks like they would need one other card to start to pop off Revolving Switchyard, and thankfully for us, they didn't. So this is going to work out in a few ways, right? We're going to normal summon Shadow Mist and Cross Crusader are actually going into Cross Sheep, and Cross Sheep is going to hopefully allow us to pop off a little bit more. Alright, we've summoned Absolute Zero to the zone Cross Sheep points to, getting us back a Shadow Mist and popping off a Liquid Soldier. And then from here, we're going to try and go ahead and get a Mask Change, but they do Infinite Impermanence that. So we're just going to go ahead for Bane, we're going to go Dark Calling, and overall, again, in retrospect, I probably could have played this differently. If I had the Mask Change, it definitely would have been a win, but just now we're just going to try and push for damage. We do have two pieces of interruption. I wish we had the Mask Change, but we don't, it's okay. And we're going to go ahead, attack, and that's us going into game 2, guys. Alright, they didn't really have much, and we had a lot to beat them with. So let's take it into game 2, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so now we're in game 2 as usual. Let's take a look at the hands. Well, this is a hand, and I even put in the chat, you can't see it, but I just goes, well. And they said this is either amazing or awful, and I goes, yes, it's one of those two, and I just don't know yet, because ultimately the cost of Solemn's reducing my life points in half. If I don't play it smart, this is a deck that will absolutely capitalise on that, so it's important to see how this goes. Alright, so the game plan, realistically, starting this off is, right, we'll set the Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist is going to get destroyed, no doubt. It's going to get beat over or destroyed or whatever. They're just going to attack Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist is going to be in the graveyard, right, is ultimately what I want. Shadow Mist in the graveyard, and then next turn I'm going to normal summon Liquid Soldier. I'm going to have Shadow Mist revive to get a Mask Change. I would have searched the previous turn with Shadow Mist for like I don't know, an Honest Neos or something like that, and I have 3 pieces of interruption to get me to that turn. So overall, we're fine, right? Overall, I think we're going to be fine. Let's just see how it plays out, right? I've got an awful hand, set free, T-pose, pass. And they have Ghost Ogre, they have Derrick Crane, they have Brutal Dozer, Impermanence again, and a heavy forward. If they didn't have heavy forward, their hand is actually worse than mine, but heavy forward is going to allow them to go ahead and grab some good stuff. Alright, so the heavy forward is going to allow them to grab Anchor Drill, and Anchor Drill actually is quite a decent card. If it's normal or special summoned, you can you can summon one Earth Machine from your hand. And I'm thinking, well, I really don't care for that, I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to strike that effect, and they're just going to set one and pass. That's the Infinite Impermanence. And my game plan is actually now kind of worse than it was before, because it's very reliant on not being ashed. Okay, we can't really go into like Cross Crusader because we don't have Mali. The game plan is I'm going to go into Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep is then going to get us, Shadow Mist is going to get us Bane. Bane is then going to be summoned to this zone that the Cross Sheep's going to be pointing. Do you know what? Let me just show you actually. Link to Cross Sheep. They ash the Shadow Mist, so now I've got no Bane, I've got no Revival, I have just a Cross Sheep against Trains. This is begging to be absolutely ruined. And they set one and pass, and I'm sitting here thinking like, no way, I cannot be getting this lucky. Alright, they have another heavy forward, I'm not getting that lucky. They go ahead and normal summon that, and they kind of like played pretty quickly here. They just had the combo, and I think they wanted to get the game over with. And I said, is that your normal summon? And when they hit Anchor Drill, they were already like kind of clicking the buttons. So I said, is that your normal summon? They said yes, and I said no, right? So they didn't get to summon the Derrickrane, which is unfortunate for them. And then from here, we are going to go ahead, we get the E-Call, we are finally in a really good position. Stratos is then going to grab us. Well, they're wanting to chain Infinite Impermanence, we want to not have that, so we're going to use Mask Change. So we're going to Mask Change Stratos into Blast. We're going to grab a Bane and a Gold with Stratos, and then we are going to use Cross Sheep to revive Shadow Mist. They do have the Ghost Ogre for Shadow Mist, so we don't actually have an easy dark target for our Mask Change, but we do have a Mask Change, which is important. Now, we want to get good use out of this Blast and the Honest Neos, so unfortunately we have to preemptively use Honest Neos, but we now have Gold and Neos in grave for our Bane, and we are going to go ahead, attack with Bane, and then we're going to go ahead, attack with Sheep and Blast, and that is going to take them down to 1900. They're thinking, right, I've got one more turn, and I'm thinking, no, I have to very sadly get rid of Bane into Darklaw, the best of boys, to attack for game. So guys, that's us. We're moving on to the top 16. Let's take it to the outro. Guys, thank you very much for watching. That's us moving on to the top 16, and I will bring you that matchup shortly after I actually play it. I've not played it at this point of recording this video, but I will be playing it soon, and I'm very excited. Okay, so guys, as always, if you want to like the video, if you want to support the video, make sure to like it. If you love it, give it a share and tell everyone you know about Team Tally today. And if you haven't joined Team Tally, then the subscribe button is right down below. As always guys, you have been amazing. I have been Tally. I'll catch you later. Bye.